Hello, welcome back to the channel. My name is Bridger Frederick. If you're new here, I'm a T10 paraplegic, and the purpose of this channel is to talk about all things healing and learn how to, um, you know, take a human from whatever broken state they are in, whether it's a neurological dysfunction or not, and make them whole again. That's my goal. My goal in life is to feel wholeness and to alleviate as much suffering and pain and give as many people as possible that same feeling: wholeness, happiness, contentment, and peace. And so part of my journey has been I set out to release a new video every day for 180 days about my life and my healing journey. I did that so that I could break my own fears and barriers to putting out content and putting myself out there, and being honest with the world, and just also get myself in the habituation of, if that's even the right way of saying that, but get myself into the habit of regularly filming, uploading videos, and just kind of make the whole process part of my life. And today's actually day 69 of that. The last video I released was day 65, and that's because the last 3 days of my life have been absolute chaos. Now, from an outside perspective, what I was doing day to day, not chaotic at all, very chill, but my mind has just been in turmoil. I mean, I felt like I was an insane person. And when that's happening, it's generally always because there is like a really important truth that's trying to push through, and it's being ignored or twisted or messed up some way or another. And what I was distorting is what was giving me this massive, like, bolus of stress was I also sell. Right now, the way that I make a living is I sell health insurance, and I work primarily remotely. I also go into the office a lot, but it's been my ability to do so successfully has just been waning as of late. And to even be able to get on the computer and do the basics of prospecting for leads, I've just almost been unable. No matter what I do, I get on there and I start working, and my brain just goes somewhere else. It just is, it's working overtime on just other ideas, other things, and that's been creating a tremendous amount of guilt for me, because I really, I do need to make money to support my family and live my life. And my grandmother's sick right now. I need to go visit her in back in Idaho, where I am from, and so I just it's been putting credible amount of stress on myself, because I'm unable to do the thing that gives me financial freedom. And it was unexplainable on just why, no matter what stories I told myself, I was unable to do this. And in the end, what I realized the truth was, is because those stories I was telling myself, you know, were hollow. I really do need to find something where, that supports me financially, and that I get monetary gain that also gives me deep, meaningful fulfillment and purpose and joy. That I'm wired in such a way where I need that from what I do, or eventually my brain just shuts off and I quit doing whatever it is I'm doing. As soon as the novelty of it wears off, I'm just incapable of lying to myself and fighting through that. So that's what this video is about. This is me announcing that I'm finally going to, follow my dream and do what I need to do. And to get there, what I did is I decided, I've always dreamed of having a mentor or a coach or a guide, someone older than me that I looked up to, that really was in the position that I wanted to be in, who could teach me, everything that there is to know about it. That would be phenomenal. There is no, percentage of my income or wealth that I wouldn't spend on that person, that coach or that mentor or that guide. And I decided to just be that person for myself. If I was a mentor to myself, what would I tell myself to do? And I asked myself, quite a few questions. What is it that really brings you fulfillment, happiness, joy? And the answer to that is alleviating suffering in other people and being a service to others. That's the thing that at the bottom of everything really gives me happiness and joy. That's what brings the most light into my life is, somehow or some way making other people's lives better. And then the next question is if I was mentoring someone else, or the next question to myself was, as though, from an objective perspective, was okay, what can you do right now, immediately, with, little to no financial investment and low cost of, creating? What can you do right now that could do that for people, that could be a viable business? And the only answer to that question is coaching. And I had massive resistance to the idea of that. And so in this scenario where I was mentoring myself, I asked, why do you have so much resistance to this idea of starting a coaching business or a coaching company? And all of the answers, if I got honest about it, all of the answers were to do with imposter syndrome, not being worthy, not being valuable enough yet. That's something that I can start when I have this amount of followers, or this book published, or this thing done, or this amount of money. I was like, all of the reasons were negative. They were not valid, good reasons. If someone else was telling them to me, I would easily be able to poke through them and shatter them and say, that doesn't matter because there's 8 billion people in the world. And just because, you're not as far along as you would like to be, that doesn't mean there isn't people out there that wouldn't want to, that you couldn't give value to. That's insane to say. And then I thought about it more and I was like, yeah, that's right, because I could definitely give huge, tremendous value to myself 1 year ago or 2 years ago, or, God forbid, if only 21-year-old me could meet 31-year-old me, I could give untold amount of love and value and just have 21-year-old me avoid so much pain and just expedite progress on every front. I mean, physical, diet, mental, spiritual, emotional, relationships, everything. And so, that gave me the boost of self-esteem. And so that's what this is. This is my announcement that I am going to start a coaching business. Obviously, I don't even have a way for people to necessarily reach me easily, in regards to that. But so this is kind of a premature announcement. I only have 200 subscribers, and only so many of you who are probably regularly here. But thank you for being in there. So it's not, like I had to have everything, some big elaborate launch designed. Thinking that I did was, or kind of putting that as, I almost inserted that as an obstacle to doing this. Like, oh, I will talk about it and announce it, but first I have to design the website and design this and design that. And I just to think that is an archaic way of thinking. I think it's an escapist way. I think just start with what you have. Right now I have, 207 subscribers. I have this channel, and I have a deep passion to help people in any way I can. I do think that I can absolutely provide a lot of value. So I would super appreciate if you leave a comment on your thoughts about, if that's something that you think that I would be capable of doing. If you think that I'm an idiot and that I shouldn't do it, you're more than welcome to comment that as well. At this moment of my life, for the first time ever, I actually cannot be deterred. I know truthfully what I am meant to do in this world, and coaching is certainly the start of that. Long term, I want to, of course, if you've been a long time follower, but if not, I'll tell you, I want to start build a basically giant health retreat and do courses and hold events and allow other people to hold events and things like that. That's the, long-term trajectory, and to just further my own knowledge on healing modalities. I want to, become an expert in breath work for sure, because I'm realizing that everything starts with a breath. It's always the simple stuff. And I've always known that. It's just boring and it's not what I want to do. I don't want to stop and do breath work. But even with my lower back injury today, I have this phenomenal chiropractor that I just started seeing last week, Dr. Nicole Ingrando. And when I came in today, she was so excited to kind of share a fellow chiropractor who does stuff online. Sorry, I couldn't spit out. I want to spit out there. And his name's Dr. Eric Goodman, but she specifically wanted to share the breathing practices to hold your core tight and to strengthen your core. And it was so funny because I had watched some other Instagram video this morning about a program separate from his that was designed to do the exact same thing. And it's just like sometimes life is telling you what you need to do, because in between that, I had a really deep breath work session in the sauna where I decided also that it was the answer. And so that's just one example, but totally went on tangent there. But the point is, I want to get, bring together all the healing modalities, great minds in, every field and genre of healing the human body as a whole system. I want to spend the rest of my life learning how to make the whole human system as functional and peaceful and happy and full of good feelings as possible. And there's no better way to do that. There's no faster way to expedite your own learning than to, to teach other people. So that's exactly what I'm going to start doing. If you are interested in, booking one of my first sessions ever with me, then you can either go to the comments and leave a comment there, and I'll figure out, I don't even know how to reach out to people on YouTube, but shortly enough, I'll get a website going. You can also DM me on Instagram at Bridger Lee Frederick. Always hit me up there and I'll get back to you pretty quickly. I try not to spend too much time on social media, so give me a day or two, but that is what I'm going to be doing. So you'll be along for the journey from the moment of inception. I just fully 100% committed to this idea about 35 minutes ago, and that's because I was in literal emotional mental turmoil, despite the fact that I have been working out and meditating and I've just been doing everything so perfectly. I've just not, I've just been procrastinating doing what I need to be doing. I've just, for whatever reason, had a million excuses of why this was going to come later. I had a bunch of things that I had to do first. I had to get more followers. I had to establish websites. I had to publish my book. I had to do all these other things, but that's just non-truth. It was just excuses, imposter syndrome, lack of self-esteem. It was all of the things that, hold us back in this world. But thank you so much. I feel it's wild when you have a truth inside you that's trying to come out, a pursuit, a path that the world wants you to follow. As soon as you follow that truth, as soon as you do the thing that you're scared of, like making this video, putting it out there, because I had a bunch of preconceived beliefs that of like what people would, they'd think that I was like, why would anyone listen to me? Why would anyone want to be coached by me? Why would someone pay me to helped him. I had all of these insidious, little voice inside your head that, that constant, whatever it is, I don't know, the doubt. I had caught the doubt. And as soon as you silence that and just follow the truth and put it out there and just make it voiced and real and share it, and at least give it the opportunity to come to fruition, as soon as I did that, I feel a million times better for the first time in a few days. Like, it's been quite a few days where I've just been feeling this immense pressure. It's been like been in a pressure cooker, and it was just not not making large, fast, and forward action on the most important thing of the day. So, which is starting a coaching business. So thank you so much. As always, I love you guys. Anyone who's been here, um, for a while, thank you so much. Anyone who's new, please subscribe. Please leave a comment. It really means the world. Like the video, it does. It fills me with joy every time I get, a comment, a like, or a subscribe. I'm so proud of, the number of subscribers that I have. I think it's awesome. And you guys are all here from the beginning. I want to, really grow a huge community of like-minded people who have the passion to go from, broken to whole again. Lots of love, and I will see you guys tomorrow. This is day 69. I did edit day 66, 67, and 68. They were kind of chaotic and kind of weird. I'll just kind of do a combined video of all three. It was mostly talking about like ADHD, because I've really realized that a lot of my faults are from kind of a chaotic ADHD brain. But it was it was not, it was nothing super special, because I just was ignoring the truth. So we'll see what I do with that. But no matter what, I will be back tomorrow for day 70, which is just wild to me. We're going to 180 days, so we're not, we're only a stone's throw away from halfway there. But I'll leave you for now, and thank you again. See you tomorrow.